इटू इशू एकदम डांगोर इशू आसे मीटिंग ऑन इलिगल इमिग्रेंट्स इटू निमित्ते आमकान गवर्नमेंट फाले करा की स्टेप लो आसे केनेका करिना आमकान इटू लागा इशू डील करी आसे करिना सब मनुके जनाई दिबले मन थाका पड़ा गवर्नमेंट लागा की स्टेप्स थाकी आसे की स्टेप्स आमकान करिना आहा आसे इटू गान सब अपनी खान लोगोते डायरेक्टली कथा करबो कइना आमकान लागा ऑनरेबल डेप्यूटी सीएम करा ताइला इनिशिएटिव करा अपनी खान की आज लोग करबोले पारा तो और इटू दिन एकदम भाई करिना अपनी खान सब एनेका बेशी मानु आहा तो एकदम खुशी लगा कथा अपनी खान के सब जनाई दिया से और इटू मीटिंग निमित्ते अपनी खान के सब वेलकम मैं लगा हार्ट लगा नीचे पड़ा एक वार्म वेलकम दिया से
I take this opportunity to extend very special greetings from the office of Nagaland Dimapur. I thank government of Nagaland for giving us this opportunity to meet together. Sir, that today's topic we have illegal immigrants. This is very important issue. Yet, it is not a new issue. It has been talking for the last decades, or even more than. I can refer one example that in 2011, Nagaland has constituted a committee from members from different tribes, and Nagaland has initiated to mobilize this checking of illegal immigrants as well as for inland permit issues in Dimapur district. Yet, in spite of so serious, in spite of so many problems anticipated, Nagaland received a lot of negative, a lot of oppositions. Even at that point of time, the government was not fully prepared and give proper guidance, for which Nagaland has failed to carry on its activities on this particular issue. Now today, Dimapur Nagaland has taken up. Yet it is reported and it has been informed to all of us that they are also facing the same problem. Now, this issue is not small. The government, the CSOs, every individual, every citizen have to make up our mind. And we have to jointly take it up. It is not a time that we should pinpoint each other. It is not the time that we should find out the shortcoming of some organization, some individual. But as a citizen of the state, as a citizen of the districts, we should all find out, we should all jointly give effort what is the best. And we should also see that how best the citizen, irrespective of local, non-local, we should coexist and we should do our business. We should survive together. But one thing we all have to remember is that in particular, Dimapur is a commercial center and is a grounding hub for all people. Yet, it cannot be as simple as every individual, every citizen should have our own identity, and we should know where we are. And that is how the government also have to come out some strategy, and respected chairman has already informed us that government has already prepared strategy for taking up this issue. On this issue, Nagaland, we had an emergency meeting on Saturday, and we have formulated that we should clear our stand to the government as well as to the citizen of these three districts. On this, we have given a short write-up to our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister that I will read out what we have given. To the Deputy Chief Minister, Home and Border Affairs Department, Government of Nagaland, Kohima. Subject: Stand of Naga Council on illegal immigrants issue in the state. When I say Naga Council, we express on behalf of the citizens and civil society of Dimapur district. Honorable Sir, with grateful heart, the Naga Council expresses its profound appreciation and acknowledgement to the state government for organizing this crucial meeting with all the stakeholders of Dimapur, Chimawadima, and Nagaland district under your chairmanship, sir. State government has sincerely initiated action plan to tackle the issue in the right directions. Naga Council Dimapur felt that the immigrant issue in the state is a serious matter for survival, which must be checked at any cost. Taking advantage of the situation where the whole nation is already alert with sudden influx of illegal immigrants from Bangladesh, especially in the northeastern regions, including Nagaland, the state government should initiate and come up with long-term policies and strategies. At this crucial meeting, the Naga Council has a clear stand to check the entry of illegal immigrants in the state, particularly in Dimapur and neighboring districts all along the foothill areas, which are the gateways for entry of the illegal immigrants. Number one, the state government should immediately declare the Dimapur district inner line permit regime zone without further delay. Now there are certain points how this inner line permit should be implemented effectively. We have enclosed small copies which may also be referred if it is required. Number three, state government must formulate long-term policy and a modality for effective implementation to check entry of illegal immigrants. Number three, government should form a legitimate forum comprising youths, student bodies, intellectuals, expertise to follow up the issues and assess government for checking entry of illegal immigrants in the state. Number four, the landlords and the owners of commercial and residential buildings which are meant for rent and contractors should be made responsible for authenticity of the tenants and strictly adhere to their modality so formulated by the government.
I mean, we just travel on Mati. I mean, we experience that. I mean, sightseeing job will be ILP Barapalaibo. To the brother, my request is that those who cannot produce ILP, I mean, a lot of heavy family. I mean, money matter to them, money labour. Only be fine, a lot 5,000, only 3,000. You can post with each other with a lot of control only. One by one, ILP now with ILP. To the brother, ILP to the 3 days, 1 week, as a demand days, the time visit to as a documents to buy. One month, I have said, I'm going to local body handle, say, village council chairman. Yes, because body is I think the right body is the village council. Since village council authorized to the village community, everywhere. Itubra, I'm concerned that ILP and illegal immigrants to just my suggestion.
Inner line permit enforcing, we agree, we support to that wholeheartedly. Since the time of Dimapur as a district, there had been ILP enforcement is there that we all know. Now as a newly created called Nagaland district, a separate district, I would like to make an appeal and request to the government. Whether there is an official order for ILP enforcement for separate Nagaland district, and that will be, if for future reference, that order should be there for better and for good of all. On the areas not only city but Nagas bordering on Assam line. There have been many issues we have been facing. So, while back many years there have been NAP posts posted, but it has been withdrawn for a reason best known to them. At the same time, this year during January, February, March, there have been some problems. So the Newland District GB Association has put a representation to the government to reinstate the NAP posts on the border line. Till then, the Nagaland Assam boundary land demarcation has not been settled. Till then. So, on the issue of ILP, the Newland district, there is area authority, GBs. We have got 5 areas. We have GBs association. NGOs are there. So along with headed, since we have got deputy commissioner of the district, headed by the district administration, jointly, if we are allowed to hammer out a mechanism and modalities for ILP, that I want to put these points to our honorable deputy chief minister.
Today we are gathered here, not in the best of time, but I feel that we are here in the right place at the right time. Most of our speakers have already said, but today, as a young boy, I should not condemn the government at the first place, but it was very unsatisfied in welcoming address or in our final address, and we are not satisfied. Today, we are here to call a meeting, not to attend the program. So, on the side of the Naga Student Federations, this is our 4th public, we have already come up with in public domain in this 1 year time. I think we have already come up to public domain 5 times, if I'm not mistaken. And today I want to hear from government, rather me suggesting, because our suggestion and advice are already in public domain. So for me, government why should I be in discussion? And if there's no discussion, Federation will walk out from this meeting, from this program. But there's no such deliberations and discussion to be made. Why should all the CSO be invited if there's not any point of discussion? So, I'm sorry, but we will rather listen first from the government, and needed to be, if our chairperson give the Federation time, will participate in discussions, or else we will walk out from this meeting. And our Federation stand is very clear. It has to be implemented in 3 districts, not only Dimapur alone. We are ready, and when Manipur state, when Assam, when Manipur, Arunachal, Mizoram can implement quite well, why Nagaland? It's threatened the citizens of Nagaland state. So, once again, thank you for the time, but sorry for the inconvenience of the theater. But I will rather listen from government officials, later that I'll comment on the discussion. Thank you.
Much has been said and much has been discussed in the media and much has been published. Under the directive of our apex body, Naga Students Federation, the government Naga Students Union have been sincerely voicing out the importance, the needs of the ILP to be implemented in Dimapur. Nothing much more to discuss until and unless the government tell us the difficulties and tell us what is the stumbling block that the government of Nagaland, our government of Nagaland cannot implement. The ILP is something to protect the minority, the tribal, the demographic of the tribal people from the most advanced and the most populated people. Not to differentiate or not to keep separate from the people how to protect our origin, and it is much important that the government of Nagaland should see to it. Like we have said, the Naga Students Union, by the time we took over office, we have taken an oath to advocate the policy of unity among the Nagas and to peacefully coexist with other communities as Dimapur is a mini India. People from all different races and religions are living in Dimapur. We have taken a promise to do that, but not at the cost of our well-being, not at the cost of our social, political, and economic well-being. We request the government of Nagaland to kindly deliberate more in this matter. As and when such situation arises, it is very much important that the civil organization, the administrator, and the government of Nagaland should work hand in hand, finding a proper mechanism to tackle such issues. Any misgovernance, any decision, any mistake decision taken by the government, it is the people that suffers. People have voted you. I am pretty sure there are many people, many stumbling blocks on the parts of the government too. We do understand that. Every Northeast state have an IOP. I'm pretty sure they have also got a pressure. Amikan government of Nagaland, Amikan Nagaland, one journey ki IOP dalgo na prat. Ane chode jabi, kotka jabi IOP ke ase. Pressure disha pare, tigra disha pare. How did they know the importance of the people? Ito kata IOP disha. Amikan Nagaland, one journey. If government is facing any difficulties, do tell us. We are here to assist the government. We, the CSOs, the chairman, the council, the Gambras, we are all here to assist you. We are not here to create violence. We are not here to spread hatred among others or towards the other community. But we are here to protect our well-being. So kindly look into this matter. And we came into this meeting to hear more about how the IOP is either going to be implemented or it's not going to be implemented. We actually came here to listen to the government of Nagaland and to discuss more. In case if the IOP is implemented, how it is going to implement, what are the mechanisms, what are the steps to implement the IOP. I thought we are coming here to discuss further. Many intellectuals, many CSOs, elders, seniors are there to give a solution to the government of Nagaland in case there are difficulties. So with that hope, we came here to attend the meeting. But I do believe at the end of the program, the government of Nagaland, the representative, will highlight and suggest, give more about the update of how the IOP is either going to be implemented or not. Dimapur Naga Student Union under the Naga Student Federation, we are firm on our stand. IOP should be implemented. Thank you.
In supplementing to the NSS and DNSU, I also would like to just add some points in that. Firstly, I think the government should give the priority to, they should focus on identification, detection and deportation mechanism of these illegal immigrants. We have been discussing for years together regarding ILP, implementation of ILP. Amikan ILP tu bisi sal korina aigine out of the blue kene ka harise kene ka charise itu the reason is known to the government. Amikan jodi ILP itu implement osaki kuribo kole amikan, I think this is the right time for us and this is the right moment, the golden opportunity for us to implement ILP strictly. And if at all the government is willing to set up a commission, I think that also it should have been taken up as early as possible with the support of the civil societies. Aru ijate ahadu amikan Aadhaar card check korado. Recently railway station the Aadhaar card nam check kori ase. To tate sadu Aadhaar card to any fake duplicate Aadhaar card also has been used. And maybe during the ULP election time, maybe Aadhaar card to bishi fake Aadhaar card print kurine chola bishi dekhise. Itu pura ami suggest kora tu, ami la governor tu, if at all, itu check kuribo, strictly check kuribo bole. This thing, the biometrics gadgets should be there. It should be given to even to the civil society who are on duty, or even the student organization, police administration. Tai karne eko saman na thakile, eko gadget na thakile. Tai karne ene kuribole ase. Duty to dise kuribole ase. Itu pura. I would like to request the higher authority to implement, especially biometric gadgets can kiki already think kuribole laga. Without this, even anybody can just come and show their Aadhaar card, just a fake Aadhaar card or a duplicate. They can just print it out from any printing press and they can just show this, and if it is continue like this, I mean, I would like to request the government also to take up this case on top priority. Thank you.
First of all, the office of the Western Sing Youth Front assert that the proposed border that the Western regions share with the neighboring states poses a threat to safety, security, and identity of the Nagaland, while bringing us to the initial intent of the Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation of 1873 and its subsequent inner line permit. While retaining its core principle, it is important that its nature is justified through proper implementation. As such, Western Sing Youth Front would like to lay out 7 measures for its functional implementation. One, that inner line permit be implemented in the 3 districts of Dimapur, Chumangdima, and Newland in Togo. 2, that for strengthening its practically various ILP registration and monitoring cells be established at transit location and transport station for ease and registration. 3, that the online portal for registration be made functional and easily accessible. 4, that the district administration at all levels be accountable for monitoring and scrutiny of records. 5, that the administration adopt the trickle-down execution policy by empowering every village authority and town colony authorities, that is GBs and councils, so that they assist the office in dictating, identifying, reporting, and apprehending the absconders. 6, border security checks be strictly implemented so as to restrict infiltration of illegal immigrants. 7, that the agency dealing with ILP be strongly equipped so as to strictly implement the law and retain options of deportation of illegal Bangladeshi immigrants and other unlawful infiltrators. 8, and the last one, that the punishment for harboring any illegal infiltrators by any individuals, by the village authority or colony authority for any purpose be strictly dealt with pre-described penalties. We, the Western Sing Youth Front, also assure our fullest cooperation to the government of the day to successfully implementation of the inner line permit. And if the government fails to do so, the Western Sing Youth Front, with the collective mind of our people residing in 3 districts, that is Chumangdima, Newland, and Dimapur, we will be compelled to come up with our own mechanism to protect the right of our people. Thank you.
Now the question is, who are illegal immigrants? We have right to illegal immigrants are foreigners who are illegally entering the state. Then, more problem is migrants, Indian citizens, but who are entering the state without ILP. So, I have seen that there's many reasons why people enter the state. Economic activities such as agri laborers, construction laborers, etc. Business, large number of business people in the state, especially in Mahur to Virima area, you will see that out of 100, 90% are non-locals. I really used to wonder whether these people are illegal immigrants, number one, or if not, whether they have ILP. Because even to Minal town, you will see every state business is run by non-locals. It's something to be pondered upon. If you go around the area in Dimapur, big swaths of land are owned by us, Nagas, but the land are tilled and looked after by non-locals. Are these illegal immigrants, number one, or are these Indian citizens but without ILP? So these two, I think we need to first, as Madam Women Hall said, identification and detection is very important. Now, to come to solution, I will not take time. As we already know, ILP is essential for Dimapur, Tumkuru and Nagaland, which I think government also agreed. So in order to implement that, we need to have ILP books at all entry points, like Delhi Gate, Nifil Gate, Kasati Gate, railway stations, Sumikuma Gate. Now, having ILP book itself just to detect is not enough, because the rule provides that if somebody has to enter Nagaland for certain legal activities, he can be issued with ILP for 3 days, for 15 days, for 30 days, 6 months, 12 months, or so forth. So, at the ILP booths, 2 activities has to be there. One is identification, detection, obviously, and deportation, and not allowing them to come in. Another one is how to issue ILP, because we cannot allow anybody to enter the Mahur without ILP. So we have to have a provision to issue ILP at the gate itself. There is a challenging thing, but government, I think, should be able to do it. Another point is not only at border points, but at railway stations also. Now, of late, I now Dimapur police have taken lots of trouble to check the migrants, either illegal or legal, I don't know, but and I am told that most of the people are in possession of Aadhaar card, etc., and they are crossing to Koroha, Khatati, Pokalan. Now, if so, I think it's necessary that the police can have 1 or 2 vehicles at the place to deport them, because it's hardly 2 kilometers away. If they are going to Koroha district or Pokalan, they should be deported there. So there's every possibility that they say they are going to Khatati or Pokalan at the same time. After going up to the railway station, they can mingle with the town. So these things, I think, it's not very difficult to do it. The third thing is that I think I will check that to Virima needs to be divided. It's very important because this is a place where Hill, Nagaland, and Tripoli is there. So the negative things can be corrected, and I think it is necessary. So whatever the modernized equipment is required, I think state government should be able to procure, train not only police but also ILP books should be manned by agencies from the administration, and if necessary also they can go from civil societies who should be trained. And I think in that way it should not be very difficult. And it's very high, I feel that it's high time that agencies should go around and also really check in the town whether the business owners are really Indian citizens, number one, and if so, are they in real possession of ILP? Because everywhere, you all know, out of 190% business owners are monopolies. It's a fact. So that's my humble presentation to the government and also to the civil society organization. Thank you so much.
Heartfelt greetings from Jumagidima, Mothaho. I would like to refer to 5th September 2024 Nagaland Post article and make my point. I would like to refer to NSF stand on ILP published dated 5th September Nagaland Post. According to the NSF, since the past 150 years, ILP was instrumental in regulating tourist inflow and controlling entry of illegal immigrants. Imagine then, 150 years ago, what would be the level of Naga social consciousness thinking about this? My heart is full of gratitude to the then authorities for showing much concern for the need to protect and safeguard the unique indigenous identity and culture of Nagas. I, for one, think it will be most befitting for the Nagas to continue the well-perceived visionary legacy of protecting and safeguarding our unique indigenous identity and culture. And I'm afraid to say that if we Nagas, the Nagas of present generation, fail to do so, history will mock at us. But the Jumagidima Mothaho is confident that the government of the day is efficient and capable enough to protect and safeguard our identity and culture. The Jumagidima Mothaho fully agree with the fact that it will be a robust challenge for implementation of ILP, particularly in Dimapur, Nagaland, and Jumagidima district because of porous entry and exit point. But we have full confidence and faith in the government of the day and its machinery for the simple fact that our honorable elected members are highly qualified, efficient, capable, knowledgeable, IT savvy, and at the same time, the government machinery is packed with top brands in the form of IS, IPS, NCS, NPS officers. In fact, they are second to none. Therefore, the Nagas have full confidence and faith on the government of the day and its machineries that they will leave no stone unturned in protecting and safeguarding our unique identity and culture by strictly implementing and enforcing ILP. Further, I would like to mention that on 27 and 28 February 2024, while checking ILP, the NSF has detected 637 defaulters and found that a significant number of the defaulters of the defaulters were not aware of ILP requirement to enter Nagaland. Therefore, the NSF has demanded launching of extensive awareness campaign to educate the outsiders about the requirement of ILP to enter Nagaland. The Jumhuriyat would like to reaffirm the NSF demand for wide publicity of the requirement of ILP to enter Nagaland. We, the Jumhuriyat will fully support and extend our cooperation to the government, civil societies, and NGO for successful implementation and enforcement of ILP. Thanks.
I bring greeting from the Kacharis of Nagaland. Home Department meeting notice dated 6 September 2024 did not include the Kacharis. Kacharis were not invited. However, we get a call from the Deputy Commissioner Dimapur on the 7th of September 2024 directing us to attend the meeting, and this is why we are here. Many nice suggestions and modalities have been given. Here, I would like to express one small suggestion, that is, we are all aware that Dimapur and Jumhuriyat district together shares 50 to 60 kilometers boundary with Karbi Anglongs of Assam, out of which about 40 kilometers boundary area of these districts are inhabited by the Kacharis. I can firmly say that this boundary is very porous and unguarded, except Nagaland Gate at Dimapur. I said that we, the Kacharis, can contribute and cooperate in the district administration in checking the inflow of illegal immigrants by being a watchdog. The Kacharis have always cooperated with the government of Nagaland in all programs, and therefore it is requested that we may not be forgotten totally in consultative meeting like this. Thank you, sir.
We have seen increase in scams, crimes, theft, and so many. As we read the newspaper, we can see it has increased. Should we go on like this, increasing day by day? And the latest is the scams. We can see people coming from nearby villages. Every day they come, they do the work and they go because it is free. There's no ILP. It is happening. They come from outside Dimapur to Chimukitimal town also. They work here daytime and they go away. So easy. Not only the construction work or the businesses, but all the illegal, immoral happenings are also happening. And it is a daytime job to do. It is over because there is no ILP. So, today, given this opportunity to voice out that we need ILP in this district, the Australians Unit Jumhuriyat strongly stand hand in hand with all the CSOs here while supporting the government.
When we talk about illegal immigration or ILP issue, it is not a new thing. It has been going for many years. I remember more than 10 years back, even NSF has a seminar in Dimapur, so I attended that one too. So even today, being a GB, GB Union. We are under the government, the district administration. We are the agents of the district administration at the grassroots level. We follow the district administration, the government. But now the time has come for the GBs also. When it is a matter of a life and death issue for the Nagas, for our identity, as a GB, though we are the agents of the government, we have to stand with our people to safeguard our people. Now, I also agree with Chakro President what he said. Of course, illegal immigrant and ILB is the same tree, but they are really different. We can say they are two branches of the same tree. When we talk about illegal immigrants, I want to stress one thing. We need to speak the truth today. And even the state government, the officials, the NGO should be able to take that one. Amikan, unusually they are already logo like time to IC. Itu nimite yate illegal immigrant issue obi, ILP obi. Ita American agi de NSA policy issue obi other CSOs kuakan. Why it is so difficult for the state government to implement that? Or to be therefore, already give an example of Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Assam, Dukan Kwasi. Dusra state can party as what is the problem with the state of Nagaland? Key reasons are it will kill in a way. It will implement correctly key problems. It will big question. Ami yate satu American Naga CSOs and leaders can be we should not only blame the government. Ile Amiga Dimapur la example Roshi Boile Amiga Nite Janibule Paratu Amigan Naga Council be trying to Rishido 13-14 years back, as our Naga Council President has already shared his view on this issue. We are also a part of that. Will be success no to Ile Naga Council Buratam the Ile so Naga Manubis, civil societies can be Tai Lokodo Hohai Purana Niki rather Taike objection Burishini different area pra sector pra our government be to Naga Council Burati to NGO Guru Nalagi to government Laka Masinika Bushiniki itu failure to face Bushiniki. Dimapur de American Saisi Boile Naga Manu. This time they need to come face Puranista. Telephonic conversation Prata the training Gansta. It will be task of factor. It will American illegal immigrants laga issue to take up Puratam de Amakan Niger Manu have Vishi Manu it will be patronized support begging why? In Vida say, give a task some monetary gain is ISNI, few individual Naga. Itu nimite tahan to itu Puratam to itu jeopardize properly. Not thinking as a whole, Naga society do population, future generation do population to Norway India Puratam. Dusra ekta hole mene illegal immigration issue to hole to American tackle properly napara lagai issue to hole to आगे देखो मत कोई नहीं American cheap labor American Naga manu काम ना करे तो American daily wages हज़ारा करोड़ पाते तो it's beyond our imagination American भावना करे कि itu हम दूसरों को काम है itu non Nagas kan Assam रहा दूसरा जगह रहा kan global lagi itu निमित्त American itu kan के thaki mo dibo lagi itu hisab से bukan when it comes to illegal immigration issue आया मैंने like ini कि American itu भी sabok है और ये American indigenous, non-indigenous laga issue boy thake holi bi ekta point to amar naga manu ase ami chakasa manu ase amar ghor manu amar chakasa manu non naga ekta ke sati busi bole तो तेने इतना लगा पीछे खराब हो गया ता लगा माइकी तो हमारा मानो आसे अभी भी मोटा तो नो नागा अभी भी अभी kan ताइगे इंडिजिनियस को फिगरे बोले itu kan factors kan आसे नहीं ini का विषय अभी kan दिखे आसे यदि अभी kan सा हिसाब से जीवी kan सा हिसाब से दिमाग के खर्ची ने सा हिसाब से गवर्नमेंट पर एक ता सिस्टम तो ला बोला illegal immigration to check rule ऐसे बोले तो आमी का लाभ अपना दे first point एक ता तो बोले the government may give an official order as mandatory to non-indigenous residing in the state to produce residency proof from their native village town authority which must be countersigned by the district administration equivalent to DC or ADC, which will become a basis to ascertain the genuineness of a person citizenship of that particular state. Itu ita kuru pasal boleh tu yes आगे दे speaker kan भी पास duplicate भी बनाए होगी. Why? The government, the administration, they can still have relation with other state. This is how लोग ने तार communicate relation ताकि ने counterpart लोग ताकि ने itu जाने को पाए. आजकल तो internet लगा world है ऐसे. It's very easy communicate globally. Suppose in take for example Karimganj लगा DC, Dimapur DC, ताई जिंदरा connect ताकि से बोले तो itu मानो एक ता identity तो ताई लगा क्या ऐसे तो जाने बोले तो itu परा लोग पाए. Second point वाले make mandatory for the village council GPs, colony authorities to strictly adhere to the official order of the government on the issue of residency certificate to non-Naga indigenous people. Itu ami ete problem mon thara to amara GP kan bhi thik na thara bhi ase to amar kan colony authorities village council leaders kan GPs kan bhi ami kan koma jaga de moi kan residency certificate tu tai laga authenticity tai laga citizenship to thik na jane ki nahi di thake itu bhi thik na hai itu bada hai government office de DC office jale mene official kan to issue kare to yete number 3 to hoile the government should strictly make accountable the erring government officials especially in the administration judicial issuing indigenous domicile and other certificates in government. Ami kan jana to hoile to sob biase ko na hoile this is happening. Government officials kan hoile bhi issue kora bhi judicial mein bhi liya ase. Dimapur example, most of the non-Nagas they don't possess any document. Hoile bhi Thailand Dimapur government pra dia laga administration pra dia laga produce korne domicile kan tai itu tai pra Dimapur de thagi se ta la baba itu thagi se ko asuli where is the proof tai laga itu domicile Nagaland de ta la baba itu thagi se itu thagai se wa to kini la paya se itu kini nimite tai itu la ko parse from where is getting itu nimite ami kan jur pra hosa pra itu kurubo ase bole aro kurubo lagi bole itu kan so many areas আমি kan itu সব ঘুরি কিনে আহি কিনে লগ কৰিছে অলপ জোৰ কৰা নিচিনা কৰিব অলপ কৰিব ছড়ি দিব এগেইন একটা ইস্যু ওলাই আছে বলে আৰু কৰিব itu হলে কিনিকা হলে কি নহব itu নিমিতে আমাৰ জিপি খান অপনা কৰাটো this time আগে the speaker খান কোৱা নিচিনা this is the right time দেৰি হৈ থাকিছে only the right time আছে to কৰিব লাগে I'll be only Dimapur district de Chumote already New Land already ঘুরব লাগে আৰু illegal immigration checks check করলে থাকা তো হলি তো proper documents itu kan check করলে possible হয় না পারিব এটা বি দেরি হয় না আমি kan তো গভর্নমেন্ট লগতে আছে জিবি kan তো district administration লগতে আছে and all the student leaders kan লগতে আমি CSOs kan লগতে itu তো আছে মানে তো yes thank you
drug peddlers or the anti-social elements come, the police department and the media, the city kiase. We appreciate our DGP and to the commissioner Dimapur for the initiative. You can be here and see Kushibase, see Babu Kamase. We so far with the ILP illegal immigrants the topics to line up. It even my organization CPO happy to ji olgi chula to bhabna with it. Utu ni amila nile khan ko dekha nisha was so uniform ko nisha. Happy to bhabna with it. At the right time for me to line to short us. Was so happy. So it to sir हम side area jogi na pule even not only railway station department Shokuvivi क्या कुछ मोड़ा से Volvo में भी आएगा जितना अभी आने के ऊपर है we have more than 50,000 population here top हमारे लिए अभी हम we have 44 villages तो इधर वो अभी हम किसी tension आसे किधर का बना तो फोन बुला लो अभी हम निजा हम वो तो हमें लाहा तो लोग ना पाए वो में आसे लेकिन गवर्नमेंट ने इधर घुमा चला के कुछ बुला लो इधर हमें इधर बात आसे ठीक फाइट करने दो शे तो इधर कोई even not only railway station, airport also. Airport पे भी अभियान सफल है. Police department भी लाजिए CS हो गया अभियान तो दीदी आके हो गई. और वही क्यों permissions अभियान. किधर मरे तो हाँ अभियान बोला अभियान ला future इंडिया. अभियान सफल है वो बात ऐसे. वो मैं मार घुमा देता मैं तो इतने compare अभियान civil society तो कपड़े बसे हैं. और coalition आ new area भी exit Jangan new area भी अपने सवाल है. Give permission to Western to be uniform. और police department की लगा था तारीख पे हम भी चेक किया को. Solution अलग-अलग कैसे मानना. Coalition का सर क्या हम ना जल्दी ना बोले railway station railway का आया बस. Train station तक बैठना all arrival. I need to check किया बस. क्या हमें अलग सुनने में आवा है सर. आज discussion आसे we have a whole discussion about this today's meeting. We have 50,000 population and 44 villages. My people here in Shomogin, no one has been invited except CPO. I'm going to see how this. Even I was not supposed to come. We need to publish it. That is common issue. I will. We are saying, "Kumar, try to do. Please, you couldn't try to do it. Please don't take it advice." We issue couldn't push it. Only CPO invite push. We CSP said, "Talk to my students, whoever, talk to my organizations, talk to my women organizations, talk to my GP organizations." And then couldn't even invite, but only two of us. But I really appreciate our deputy commissioner. The department here, a lot of weak now believers. Only intentionally. Jadilah pelajar. Itu berapa Nagaland. Eka komunis suasa. Ekilo bini lagi itu aku pun bisa ada bisa bawa begini, bisa share bawa begini. Ekilo bisa share ekilo. Ekilo cuma sentimen harga beli bisa.
আমি ইউটিউবটি দেখছে ডিমাপুর নাকা স্টুডেন্ট মিটিং খামরা এটু আইএলপি লাগাই তুলাই শুটু রেস্ট করছে এটু আমি গভর্নমেন্টকে অ্যাপেল করেছে জোনে বি টু করব লাগে আমার নাগাল্যান্ড স্টেট 16 ডিস্ট্রিক্টটি গ্যারেস্ট্রেল লাগা ডিক্লেয়ার করা তো ইন্ডিয়া ডিমাপুর ডিস্ট্রিক্টে আছে আর নাগাল্যান্ড লাগা বিজনেস ট্রেড সেন্টার তো ডিমাপুর চুমুকদিমা এনুলেন আছে এটু লাগা तीन द डिस्ट्रिक्ट के लिए तो बिजनेस अलग अलग पूरा दूसरा स्टेट मानो समर्थन बड़ा पूरा कम्युनिटी बजा जाए इतु पूरा जो लिपि आमी गवर्नमेंट की अपील पूरा से इतु इम्प्लीमेंट करो वाला के कोना जो राइमा पब्लिक यूनिट चुम तुम पे प्राइवेट को दे से आमहन के लास्ट स्टेट टीवी जबे आर्टिकल 371 क्लोज ए 1 2 3 4 नागा निशना आमहन प्रोफाइल्स खमरा लोरी कना खून तीगना नागा मन की दिशे itu tuh एक तक कहानी थी अब्राहम बरा दाला का प्लेसन ईसाऊ जाकब पुंगी दिशे ओलिवी ईसाऊ जाकब itu लगा इसरो लाइक छादी itu यूज न करेगा मिस यूज होबरा दाला पापा अब्राहम बरा ब्लेसिंग दे लगा एक प्लेट ठिकाना खाई दिशे itu बरा हमें आजी नगा लगा हमें सब रिस्पांसिबल है तो खाली गवर्नमेंट एकला भी प्लान करना पड़ेगा itu pra kami problem mun thaka tu amakan ita bi diri to hona Melina, government kiti miligana, itu lagu kurilu ILP ti implement kurilu pisu palabo. Aroy, itu laga akidi Nagamore Association itu भी कुछ तो बिल्कुल पीछे चला से कुछ है तो एक तो एयरपोर्ट की मशीन itu लगा चेक कर लगा itu fake original लगा तो चेक कर भी रेलवे स्टेशन जो चेक पोस्ट अलग अलग जगह तो itu इंस्टॉल कर भी itu कुले भी मंग जुट ना itu कुले भी फॉलो हो कुछ ऐसे और दूसरा पॉइंट की कुबल में था कि तो इतिया Nagaland officers retire हो बिची थी ताई लगा गाड़ी लगा ऑप्शन तो ताई भी दे कुम्बा तो इतुलू ना भाग रबी चुरे हेलो कुम्बा तो इतुलू ना मिसयूज भी करे स्पेशली पुलिस का ना होले भी दूसरा सिविल ऑफिस डिपार्टमेंट ऑफिसर होले भी एनएलटी लगा पुलिस इतु कन दोना मिसयूज करला बेसे सब मन कौन होदे होले भी कुम्बा तो इतु लगा दोना मिसयूज करा से रिटायर हो बिची ऑप्शन कुना ताई भी तिली भी इमिटेड इतु लगा तो रजिस्ट्रेशन टू इमिटेड इतु काटी के ना ताई लगा नाम ती within one month, 2 months before it, tala nijula namti ula ula itu kurili bala ula itu pi kudia se. To the point, third point, itu tinted itu car laga class. Itu lagu Motor Vehicle Act 1998, 1999. Tadi laga tu ligo tinted car class laga tu phone windshield rear laga tu 70% ase aru side window glass itu tu 50% ase to aji sir deputy chief minister home aru director general of police yadi dc tinda thake ase commissioner of police iki thake ase itu par tu aru bala itu side na aru implement kurule follow gana ko ase kin mane tu lu gana kumma tu kare jasna Galamas jase na jene itu di manu di nat ke itu na kumma tu truck receiving kure se itu lagai kana aru kumma tu itu inaga lagai kana gramin lagai ki kambi kure se itu mara ami raima public unit mukma pe hafra ko ase itu tu straightly itu aru itu implement kule pishi pal ho gana itu tinta point tu aji kimon sir itu thake ase aru civil society kimon ase itu ami tinta point itu sob ki guide ase aru equal within miligana American Article 271 Clause A American forefathers khum tena panana rakha diya lagado isro ichha di thaki kana itu respect honor korena itu kam kuri jale to American blessing pabo aro in the days to come Nagala society to bhala bonegi kona amila kothai mondir kete
we are all gathered here today to share our opinion on how to deal with the problem of illegal immigrants in the state of Nagaland. And the fact that the Honorable Chief Minister is present here along with all senior officers, and the fact that all the tribal leaders, student leaders, civil society leaders, NGOs have gathered here in good numbers shows our concern for the welfare of the Naga society, and also since this meeting has been convened by the state government, which shows that the state government is very much alive and alert to this issue. The issue of illegal immigrants raises concern and affects life of all of us. The district administration is fully geared to meet the challenges. I would like to thank each and every one of you for your cooperation and support to the district administration, and I look forward for your support and cooperation in future also. We will also require the cooperation of the other state governments during verification of the antecedents of the ILP holders. I am glad to express thanks to all the speakers who have spoken today, you have all shared critical and insightful points, which is noted for further examination and for implementation. After the recent incidents of political turmoil in Bangladesh, it has brought back the issue of illegal immigrants and the influx of illegal refugees in the state. On 10th August, we had the video conferencing along with our Home Commissioner and all the Deputy Commissioners. And all the Deputy Commissioners of 16 districts were directed to be alert and to conduct regular checks and monitor the presence of illegal immigrants. So far, nothing adverse has been reported. For the information of all of you, we have the online ILP, which is put in place, and steps have been taken to improve the system. I would like to appeal to all the stakeholders present here to cooperate and assist the state government in dealing with the issue of illegal immigrants in a proper legal way. The need of the hour is to be aware and to work hand in hand with the state government and bringing out proper ways and means to curb the menace of illegal immigrants.
As my friend Mr. Singh Seth mentioned, I think we have to firstly differentiate between what is an illegal immigrant and an ILP holder. Okay. I'll just first touch on the illegal immigrants issue. An illegal immigrant could be a foreign national in India and by that, by extension to Nagaland. In view of what has happened in Bangladesh, let me again reassure you that after the turmoil in Bangladesh, after the recent incidents in Bangladesh, we have not noticed any footfall into Nagaland after the turmoil. So I'm not saying of the past, I'm saying after the recent spate of incidents, we have not witnessed any footfall. The second is the issue of illegal immigrants per se and how we as a country or as a society and Nagaland per se handles all these incidents. Sadly, we are very lax in some of the things that we do throughout the country and also in Nagaland. I think we have mentioned this in one odd forum earlier, but let me mention this, how we go wrong and why we should not go wrong. About a month and a half back, there was an incident where a Chinese national was staying illegally in Nagaland. He had obtained all documents. His wife is a Naga. No, I will not name the tribe. Okay. A foreign national illegally in India without a passport, without a visa, is able to obtain even up to an Aadhaar card and an indigenous certificate. If this was to continue for a Chinese national, it could happen for anyone else. And we don't know for how many other people this has happened already. Okay. So I think firstly everybody needs to become more responsible in all this. While it is our primary duty to safeguard the safety and security of the country as well as the citizens, I think it is equally everybody's responsibility not to commit any wrong or crime or to help anyone who is committing a crime. So my first request is that everybody should be very, very careful in giving documents, identity documents to anyone within Nagaland if someone approaches you. While we all want to strengthen the system, I can be pretty sure that some of you have also raised these concerns that a lot of people are having indigenous certificates or local residency certificates or proofs or papers which have been obtained by them or rather procured by them at a cost or through by dosti, okay, either by payment of money or chinna manu or any which way. So I think we need to all tighten all these mechanisms. We just can't keep blaming others for it. Others includes government, but others includes other villages and other districts and others in the society also. I think we need to become very careful in what documentation, what papers we are issuing to others. The second is the issue of illegal immigrants, which we are in Nagaland more concerned about is illegal Bangladeshi immigrants. But I would say that any illegal immigrant is an illegal immigrant. That would also include an illegal Myanmarese immigrant if that is the case. Okay. There is no legality, no difference between an illegal Myanmarese immigrant or a Bangladeshi immigrant or a Chinese or a Pakistani immigrant. They are all violating the law. So we need to be very careful. While ILP and the illegal immigrants issue in this part of the state is more valid for the Bangladeshis probably. In the eastern side towards the border, it is equally valid probably for the Myanmarese nationals. Okay, so I know I'm talking to the Dimapur-based CSOs, but probably this message will go to everybody. So it's good that everybody knows that there is no difference in the law between an illegal immigrant from any place. Now, coming to the issue of illegal immigrants, most of the people who are coming to Nagaland as Indian nationals, whichever community they come to, except for those who are from Nagaland, they would be coming from other places. Okay, so the first stop for them to procure documents or obtain documents legally or illegally is outside Nagaland. It is not within Nagaland. It is outside Nagaland. Whether those documents are genuine or forged, it is difficult to ascertain. I don't think that any state except Arunachal, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram has so much of focus on the ILPs also. Okay, it is a particular problem that we face. Maybe Assam for a different reason, but your suggestion is well taken that we can request the Assam government or other state government, but the importance that we attach to this issue, other states may or may not attach. So even if the DC to DC communication or other communication takes place, getting a response from that end is quite difficult. And I'm saying this based on an experience of many years in Nagaland. I think even Nagaland government has tried in the past to get documents verified from Assam and other places. We sort of rarely get a response, and since it is here, he would vouch for what I am saying. So these are issues, but that doesn't mean that we will not make enough efforts. I think we will try to put better systems in place so that we can get documents verified. We'll discuss it in-house within the state government. But a few other things I wanted to mention. Coming back to the ILP issue. The state government had set up a committee. The committee has set up its report, which would be under consideration. However, the major practical problem that we face in Nagaland is, personally, even as DGP, I would say is not check gates or anything, but it is checking. Okay, it's checking per se, not check gates. If you erect check gates at the roads, there is nothing which prevents people from coming through the fields and other areas. Okay, you cannot fence all the boundaries. So the issue is checking. Now, what happens is in Nagaland or for Nagaland, I think there would be at least 40-50 authorities which would be authorized to issue or renew ILPs. Okay, I'm just giving you a very practical example. Although the state government has started an online system, which is much better, but I think we need to speed up the online system of ILPs. Without that, what happens is if you issue an ILP in a physical form, I'll give you an example. For example, if an ILP is issued in a physical form in Shillong, okay, how does the, say, DC Perin or OC Perin or Jaluki or say someone in Mon know whether the document is genuine or whether the signature is genuine on the document? Okay, So these are practical problems. I think for this, the state government is trying to improve the online ILP system. Once that happens, I think that will happen very soon. I don't want to go into details because the matter is still under consideration. But there are real serious efforts to improve the system, where the system of online issuing of ILPs will be strengthened. The law enforcement agencies, the police and the district administration, government agencies will have a centralized data bank from where to verify whether an ILP is genuine or not, what is the period of validity of the ILP, and so for example, if the ILP is valid for 15 days, then whether the person is going back in 15 days or is staying beyond that, and along with that, the system of imposing fines and punishments will come. Okay, so all these systems are being taken care of. Give us some time. I think more systems will improve in due course. I think the women who mentioned about fingerprints and biometrics. Your suggestion is well taken, but there is an issue. With what do we check the fingerprints? With what database do we compare a fingerprint? Okay, I'm not saying it should not be done. Obviously, it should be done. But to check whether a fingerprint or a biometric is genuine, there has to be a back-end database with which to check. I don't know when it will happen and how it will happen. But maybe in the ideal situation, we can work towards that. How that will happen, it will take some time, but it will, maybe that could be thought of over a period of time. All other suggestions are also welcome. In the morning also with the respected Deputy CM, we had a discussion. Now currently, the offences or the violations of ILP, the system, these are non-cognizable offences, which means the police has to submit a report to the magistrates. It is up to the magistrate to impose the fine or imprisonment. Magistrate being judicial officer, we don't have powers straight away. Same with probably the district administration. The district administration is only the issuing authority. Okay, we can check and we can then inform the district, we have to inform the judicial officers. This is how the legal system of the country also works. So there is an issue, but hopefully with all new systems coming in place, with IT-backed systems being brought into the mainstream, I think things will improve. Another suggestion and a request that I want to make to all of you. Some of you have participated in some of the meetings that I have had, public meetings that I have had in the past. And for those people, it may be a repetition. And you might also feel that, but there is a reason. Some of you must be knowing that I have been talking about a process of tenant registration in Nagaland and tenant verification in Nagaland, whether it is for drugs or for criminals or for other types of crimes and other things. I can tell you that we have been working on something. We want to put a system in place. But all ideas, if we suddenly implement them, they face resistance. So there is a right time for everything. So I think this is also a right time in Nagaland that if we start a tenant registration thing where the landlord as well as the tenants throughout the state should, I would prefer if it happens voluntarily. They should voluntarily register. The landlords and the tenants should voluntarily register. If not voluntarily, maybe we could think of imposing fines on this. This will have multiple advantages. Besides knowing, it is not just then confined to the ILP. ILP becomes the second layer of that. The first layer is your tenants. Okay, whether it is a tenant of in a shop or a house, or as we were talking in the morning that in some of the foothills areas, people have migrated to Kohima and Dimapur, and it's just the tillers who are people not indigenous who are staying there and cultivating the land. All this data we will be able to gather quickly, and then it will help us to check who are actually having a permit or not, and what is the purpose of a permit if it issued to them. I would want to request you that if you could also sort of join us and help us to start a registration system. If the civil society is willing, it is not for us, it is for everybody's benefit. If you help us, if you join us, I think we could do it faster. Because if it takes two hands to clap, one is the government and the police which will clap. We put one hand if the civil society and the public joins with the other hand, the system can be implemented very quickly. But I just want to assure you that systemic improvements are going to take place. In how much time I'm not able to say because it's going to be a cabinet decision, but better monitoring of the movements of people and implementation of the ILPs and illegal immigrants will occur in the coming future. I don't want to undermine the efforts of any civil society organization. You are vital instruments in the state. Your opinions matter. You sort of sometimes help us to wake up from a slumber if there is a slumber. But my only request is, today we live in a very connected world. What happens here has implications elsewhere in the country. What happens elsewhere has implications in Nagaland. My request to the student organizations is, if you detect an ILP, you know of someone who may be a defaulter or an illegal immigrant, please let the district police, the police and the administration know. Okay, don't try to take law in your own hand because we could be creating more problems by doing this. If we fail, if someone fails at the level of a constable or a police station or an outpost or any checkgate or anywhere, there is always a mechanism for redressal by taking it to the OC or the SDPO or the SP or even the DG. But please take a sort of a legal approach where please help us, okay, and then don't try to do it yourself because it could have multiple implications for a law and order problem. We are all, a lot of us would be having our children and relatives outside Nagaland. It is for our own safety and also for their safety and to live in a congenial atmosphere in the country that this is required. We are working on some improvements. The Home Department and the state government and police, we are working on some improvements in the ILP. Soon it will see the light of the day. And it's not a one-time process, it is an ongoing process. After that also, if you feel there are any issues, there are problems, we will try to improve. My request is also about the tenant registration thing. If we can start with that, I think that will help us to keep everybody secure and weed out the non-permitted people or the immigrants faster than what is being done now.
Passengers is embarking from a train in platform number 2, Dimapur. I am happy to report that both police and administration swing into action immediately. As an immediate follow-up action, 3 counters were set up at Dimapur railway station covering all exit roads to check suspected illegal immigrants from among the travelers reporting at Dimapur. Here, I also want to clear the minds of our members present here. Please, ILP and illegal immigrant is different. Because ILP means anybody coming from our mainland, Hindus, Jains. Those are also, they have to obtain the ILP. And this ILP implementation was taken in 1979. That is starting from Chimukudima jacket, not Dimapur. Earlier, this Chimukudima jacket was called Nijokar, not Chimukudima. 1979 he to start with ILP. So ILP in 1873, Bengal Eastern Regulation Act 1873 ILP to Nagaland to implement within a 30%. We have started implementing ILP in 1979 only. And that is from Nichubar Gate only. Dimapur Nagaland 9. That's why India became two party to us. Government India two party to us. Now we set up a committee for ILP implementation committee headed by me. So within 6 months we have to support our report. So we have already submitted our ILP committee to the state government. Now it is with the state government. It is our state government. It is some serious view. We have already submitted member committee to submit very soon. With the consultation of our civil societies, very serious. That is just for your knowledge. Now here, Yatiapang Wa, Assam, within 2 months, they have detected duplicate, false, Aadhaar card. More than 2,000-3,000 detected. Here I fully support our GP association and other members who have raised this issue, our women leaders. Duplication big issue हुआ है. और ये तो please don't blame only state government. It is a collective effort. अगर सब एक ही लोगों ने मिलके ना ये तो काम करेंगे सक्सेस. इसलिए मैंने American invite to I must say that we are the one who inviting our illegal immigrants. अपना लोगों ने अमीर लोगों ने एक बेटा तो पानी खेती थाके ले we never do ourselves. मियाँ कंगी माची के ना कोई वो दे अच्छी. Now, as per my observation, I mean, first Indian generation it will face Korea. Our younger generation, I mean, it will start to try Korea. One day, Nagaland will become like Tripura. It will be a short series, it will go up to intermarriage. Mota Moda, Miage Shadi Gore. How might be Miyamogo Sadigure, Semabra Miyamogo Sadigure, Eto can Piche de Nara, Esade Chai Chibole, Kayakala Pachakan, Good Kihomo, Naga Homona, Miao. It will be a serious category. It is intermarriage problem over there. I appreciate Mogochong district. Mogochong they have not done it. Like the government only our civil society should be strong. I am staying in Merima village area. My private house. Merima Pustigan village council can key resolution pass for us. Own officer होती, public leader होती, कौन ताकि खोर बना से Muslim illegal immigrant बिया खान आने की ना बना से कोई ले देखिए 50,000 fine. मेरे माँ पोस्टी एरिया दे अपना में ऐसे कोई साथ एक तब बिया की पाबुना नहीं.
American missionary Javokule, 50,000 fine. Our village council decision should be very strong. Even GBs, yes, you are agent of our state government. Only we. Colony day, apna jaga day. Notun manukun aya ase. Ase amar ko de ekta miya ase. Type ko se chai bila hele 20-30 family ani no. Oilado, I settled in Dimapur in 1966. Total time class. Mia ko to sabnai nahi. Total time to the Bihari hai ase to. Aru Bihari kan to काम करी ना कमाई ना try हो. Mia kan to एक ता अपना बहुत ही से बोले next month pra to 20-30 house होगा. ये तो बड़ा we need a collective effort to end this, to eradicate this illegal immigrants. ILP that our committee, we have already submitted a report. Very soon, government will come up with a decision. Are to भी अपना हम लोगों ने भी consult करेंगे. अपना किधर ऐसे state government एक प्रोजेक्ट कोई ना तो उला बोले ऐसे. ये तो बड़ा our TG question, before we take any decision, since committee has supported the report, organization to next time, that is not only here, with all the apex body, tribal hall, NSF, TNSU, all the respective tribe student bodies, invite we have to debate on this. When this is we are going to take decision very soon. The committee report is with the government. So, order notify those who are not, that time we can discuss it. This time. Yate, Abnam Gwaze, ILP illegal immigrants. As stated by DGB, American ILP do Halitimapur Paishono Boredo. This is a swing from Delhi, from all Nagaland houses in the country. Delhi Prabi Shokure, Calcutta Prabi Shokure, Guwahati Prabi Shokure, Shillong Prabi Shokure. Online system online here in 1873 Bengal Eastern Regulation Act Torile defaulter can do 1,000 fine years. So 1,000 5,000 already, so all these things we are studying this, we are examining this state government. We are going to come out very soon. So please, I request and appeal our NSF and DNSU also that very soon this state government is going to take decision. Ito apna 14 days ultimatum tiya laga pra mobile. Are to inaga civil society para government ke inaga ito ultimatum tiya to I appeal and request in future ito na operate pa. Apna to phagibo apna ka ito NSF TNSU para ito ultimatum tiya para apna ito operate. No. We have completed our report 6 months. 3 months, 3 months, submit very soon we are going to cabinet is going to seek on this. So yate, apna kan ki korise, DGP, our commissioner, commissioner, so we are taking note of that. And if required, we will consult you again. Aru yate check it la go to it is under repair. Very soon, ito GLB yade chimuke to
अमेरिकन नागालैंड के सबसे पुराना जेक के जो चिमिकी जो बात नीचे का रखे जाते हो, so welcome is so very soon. ये तो बड़ा जाती है, ये तो जाती है मान कोटा पूरे लेगी सब टॉपिक देखिए ऐसे, but please differentiate about illegal immigrant and ILP. ILP को तो सब हिंदू भी ऐसे ले, ये तो बड़ा itu differentiate kuri na we will this especially for illegal immigrants Bangladeshi itu nani boleh tak masuk दूसरा आयल देशों पूरा हिंदू काम प्रादो चीन हिंदू काम प्रादो अमीन के मन टिक कर लीजिए आसो दो itu बांग्लादेशी का नाज़े हमारा खेती दे यदि हमारा खेती चिकुदी उलो पास है वो मन आला दे एक ता फैमिली राखी जे इतना तो एक ता फैमिली हो जे अभी तक खिदा है इतने गाय हुआ है तो आरो पाचा तो ताई तो माइटी स्टार का पांच ता शादी करे पाचा तो 20 ता 30 ता पे ऐसे एक ता मोटा बड़ा हां ताई तो कीमत पॉपुलेशन हो चिको भी खुशी यदि आप एक ता फैमिली आना तो ताई तो उसका 11 ता आना तो क्या तो मोर देन 60 फैमिली पाचा हो जाए itu berakhir Amerika के खत्म पूरी को ऐसे let us all think seriously please don't depend only on state government अगर सब एक ही लोगों के काम पूरी करना we should find out ways and means how to eradicate itu कितना टाइम के ताबूत उनका डिस्ट्रिक्ट के लिए तो मुस्लिम लागा संडे तो फ्राइडे दे आते तो अमेरिकन संडे तो ताइगन तो कुपाम पुरे आरो फ्राइडे तो जे ताइगन कुपाम पुरी फोन पुरी दे कौन बात तीसरी दे लगा दिया से ताइगन पूजा जो होगा तो कि लागा कि ना पूजा पुरी तो चाहे तो फ्राइडे दे तो ताइगन तो सब फोन ये तो ब्राह्मण सब Itu अपना की कोई है, we have taken note of that, and our government has up, especially Dimapur, Nagaland, Chimukitema, police, okay, administration of it, Thailand, India, Hukumatina, Kampuchea. So they need your full cooperation, full support. Itu अपना कंदो कौन बा कोई है ट्रेन स्टेशन पर नामाकंदो पुलिस कारी पर पहुंचावा लगे अभी जब पोस्टा कारी भी राखी दिवो पहुंचा लोगो फुटफुटी पर ताकन चिंग पर वो साइबो लो वे नो प्रॉब्लम इधर को प्रॉब्लम नहीं इधर टाइम के दिवो करिबले इधर फुटफुटी होगी जिलाई होगी मांचा होगी दिवो होगी ओबाचान होगी इधर तो पहुंचा दिवो ताकन ताकि थाकी जाओ ओवर साइड बोले आज ये तो एक्सरसाइज तो अभी तो ना मानी हो अपना मन होसा ये तो पहुंचा दीजिए अभी हम ये तो सबो ओवर आही बुनी दिवो मैंने एश्योरेंस दिला में काली प्राप्ति रजिस्ट्रेशन के ये तो बड़ा जो अभी सब पॉजिटिव एफर्ट लगे अभी सब मिलेगी ना ये ना ये तो बांग्लादेशी खान के ये तो मियां खान के नागालैंड का हटाओ कोशिश करो लागे अभी तो स्पेशली दिमापुर न्यूलैंड और चिमोलागा एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पुलिस काम के तो appreciate करेंगे ना I am grateful to our administration and police in these three districts that have हमारे ना काम पूरा ऐसे so far नागालैंड के दिमापुर रेलवे स्टेशन के 18 के 41 ट्रेन आए थे 41 ट्रेन आ गया तो दादे याते नागालैंड दे दिमापुर रेल स्टेशन दे स्टॉप करा तो 19 हियर आउट ऑफ 41 तो सेवन तो दादे ट्रैक तो 19 तो अमेरिकन पुलिस का एक्टिवली दे वर्किंग काम तो बिशप मिलना से ये तो चेक करे बोले ये तो प्रा दादे को पासे तो मतलब सो फार आगोस्ट महीना दे only last one till date from January we have arrested 93 illegal immigrants
Ado Agos Buena alone we have arrested 43. Olivia can arrest Kodibo, Edo Otanibo, Judicial Edo Judicial Otanibo, arrest on Meno Kore, Amilan to Saribo Lore, Pilbra, as arrest Kore, Kalibra, Pil Olide. We should not encourage illegal immigrant come to arrest Kora Kanto, pay globally up now because let us not encourage that. The detention center for us, to be detention center, it is illegal. It is not available. But if you are to Kora Kanto, deport Kodibolari. Radipra Tabo Dibolari. I request and appeal our advocate, lawyer can give a request for that. Bangladesh can give pay globally proceed to Gorigi. Tabo Dibole proceed to it. So, which is few words. Of the over there is enough. I mean, to Costa Bondroda, who I said, under our Dr. President was so much at the same thing, I put out the material. Next time, the so much over the air playground, they would go. One month I've been there, say night, Sherpy night. It will please don't mind. Next day, I'm the people. It will not communication care for share. Next time, material, so care to go in a kilo, discuss with you. That will be considered going into this going on. Amas Hydra of Nagaland. Iman I said, over there, so I said, that shows that everybody have concern. Iman over there, so I said, is over American Nara, who are to illegal immigrant Bangladeshi and Sarado, concern us. Whether I mean, I'm not over there. So, that's it. Thank you so much.